Gnéirín tá leis na capla agus leis na marca fad mar Rosamóra seo 3,800,000 euro an a dúis chiiste. Tá sé a teachtarsteach tá túsathir thuas tá brataige an brataige ní te crochta bailachósaige tar se crochtanisige go éile le sa bhaig sé.
Gur maigad agus tús cura leis an rásáil an Kerry National 3,000 agus 7,000 de chhlacha Foxy Jacks me hamachchan tusigad san Stumptown líhánach leis chemical energy born by the sea me Kerry sin cúpla feitchan cínis déanamh a géad léime dus na 7,000 ag Foxy Jacks Stumptown born by the sea agus an ráil chemical energy agus an council léimte acu an chiad chlí léimte gur fadanis chemical energy me hamachchan tusiganis so tarna hart Stumptown Foxy Jacks agus Las Modason Authorized Art agus Desertmore House born by the sea agus Tote Tam last year though and son of Wave of the Sea agus Jeffrey Salvador Ziggy last year though in that is sea Shame Lashley Las Modo and son Captain Catis Darklishin Éide dómh dún son de Fergal O'Brien agus an tarna clé léimte gur fad chemical energy mochan tusigin so déanamh idir dríú clia an so an counter nach fé déis gáchúsa eile Foxy Jacks son leistíir the Wave of the Sea agus son Desertmore House agus Stumptown Authorized Art agus born by the sea Salvador Ziggy leistíir dómh Stelty Tam Jevre cúpla feitchan cín ar síl de neis in that is shame the goffer leistíir the Captain Statistock leis mud a cabbie stock agus Hurricane Georgie agus Life in the Park here in Nether Fadanish agus iad blú go mai le chéile agus Foxy Jacks me hamachchan cín in is ríist chemical energy sa tarna hart Stumptown sa tríú hart agus leistig the son of Wave of the Sea a ráil clíhánach leis tá Desertmore House agus Authorized Art leistíir the son born by the sea an carú clí léimte gur fadanish agus Foxy Jacks am mochan tusig Gavin Broder típa le chéire adchan cín inis agus iad amachta de géadách lí eile idir d Paula Cúgiú agus a séú chemical energy agus Jordan Gainford sa tarnaáid Stumptown agus Danny Mullen sa tríáid a Wave of the Sea Simon Toddens agus é sin leistig the Desertmore House agus an Cúgiú clí léimte gur fad Foxy Jacks am mochantasig chemical energy sa tarnaáid sa tríáid tá Stumptown leistíir the Stumptown tá Authorized Art agus idir ráin a Wave of the Sea Desertmore House atar is Stegenson born by the sea agus Salvador Ziggy agus leistíir the son an son tá Jevre agus iad a teachta níos agus cúsa bháin down to diantucha an 7 clínis an so an clímór Foxy Jacks a mochan cín an so chemical energy sa tarnahat Stumptown Authorized Art an son Desertmore House leistíir the Wave of the Sea Stelty Tam agus born by the sea an son Jevre Salvador Ziggy leistíir dó bhéin that is shame Captain Catistock an son Las Modo agus iad a déanamh idir géad chléile an chéad cheanna léimeadar ar dúis agus sé Foxy Jacks a ha mochan cín an so chemical energy sa tarnaáid an son Authorized Art sa tríúáid agus Stumptown sa chearúáid a fáú tá Stelty Tam Desertmore House an son Jeffrey born by the sea agus a Wave of this timppel het zou Lashley timppel an so inis agus don mayo clé agus sé council dern cuasa dernach a géad chósa eile so Guinness Kerry National Foxy Jacks am chuntas agus a chemical energy startarná Authorized Art de Lashley Stumptown agus Desertmore House Stelty Tam Law steered a born by the sea Wave of the Sea Salvador Ziggy and that is shame agus déanamh idir géad chléad an clídernach a géad chósa eile Foxy Jacks chuntas agus so agus gan chofadachan cín chemical energy Wetchen Council Craigmassa tarnaáid Authorized Art Stumptown sa tríúach an son Desertmore House Stelty Tam Salvador Ziggy born by the sea Wave of the Sea Jevre leistíirdómh and that is shame an son Captain Catistock agus Gabby's Cross Seal Denéis agus de gafar leistíirda Hurricane Georgie agus Life in the Park here in Edim mar a bhí ondús an so agus meachta de gúsa dernach in is 7 glífáca an so agus leis agus Lashley chu bhí go Foxy Jacks an cín chemical energy tarnaáid Authorized Art sa tríúáid leistíir the son an son tá Desertmore House agus Stumptown agus Stelty Tam born by the sea Wave of the Sea Salvador Ziggy agus fáú Jevre a choma agus timppla míle fáca in is 6 glífáca an so Foxy Jacks gan chomór an cín in is chemical energy sa tarnaáid Authorized Art Desertmore House a Wave wave of the sea, Stumptown, Stealthy Tom, on son Chevre agus Salvador Ziggy, agus Las Mother son, on son top Borden by the sea, agus Hiet Cleele inish, agus Sheikh Hookin Falka inish, Machlunta Sigta Chemical Energy in a Huid, Foxy Jacks at Tabnahuid, and so agus last year the son Sitrio Hata Desertmore House, agus Authorized Art Clihana Flesh, Shedich Lee Falka, and so the other very Gleam Water Nachatso, Salvador Ziggy, Zimtown, Stamptown, Stealthy Tom, agus Jeffrey Las Mother, agus Chemical Energy, agus Foxy Jacks, Clihana Lake Elechantus against Botun, the Antigua Wave of the Sea, Salvador Ziggy, a Fausu Homagadin, Grio Artens, agus Chief Lee Falka, and so Inish, last year the son and son Desertmore House, agus County Half Fausu, ain't that a shame, agus on Shahoon, on Council Lame to get Chemical Energy, and so Foxy Jacks, agus at Salvador Ziggy, agus Desertmore House, agus Las Mother Shin and son, the Authorized Art, agus the Hookin, Chin Hankin, Edigudel, that a shame, agus Stumptown, agus the Gaffer, Tachtanisa, the Gursadid, the Hutsa, Lee Falka, agus on Dachel, the Stable again, the Salvador Ziggy, Las Mohanson, the Chemical Energy, Jack Kennedy, Mohanson, Authorized Energy, agus Hasha Lemte, and so the Salvador Jimergy, Salvador Hankin, Foxy Jacks, Shahun, Kitchen, and so Inish, agus Desertmore Authorized Art, Las Mother Desertmore House, agus at the end of our day, agus Desertmore House, agus coming on Mahasep, Desertmore House, and the Hankin, and so the Ricky Dial, agus Martin Brazil, Desertmore House Poetiga, so Tarna Hart, Salvador Ziggy, Authorized Art, agus Foxy Jacks.
Ja, tá bhecha sásta go bhart in Brazil mar díl duine níos deise son cinál go nó seo. Anrása ní mar tuchtú go leor na hard look stories, ní bhna nach go bána bheit sa rá.
Ní mar a ríide agus mar bhí muidir ráin sin níos túiscin ar anig seisteach mar reserves deach sa rása imid cínte. Tá sé iontacha cá dúirt Evelyn mar dear a bhí chat began sein capal bhéta go leor scrífing gapal hain ach árá sin cheapan amite san grád seo le rása an taid seo a ghruachta Evelyn.
Ja, agus tá dímar na ríide nar laur mu a gapal níos mú na ríide mar bhí mu canse a gapal ar maidin agus bhí mis an tóí leis a chéhrún capal hosa gilbeg an nuair deire. Mai design chunig mu a rusarás a deire bhí tí hirbhón lásin agus sé an chuí a gahan an capal ó thóg mothú le lásin hosa gilbeg an agus gur mai díireach sa teach ar nótaí an lásin. Mar brenne se bhí an chuí a gahan san capal sé just dochretí. Gus ar nói Ricky Doyle ar nói ar a gapal chomá bútúir an Irish Grand National agus sin freisin má cheapan good am an sin ach bhí sé just duchretí na rí agus Martin Brazil ar nói tréinelí ach an rud a suntasaí reserve a ví a gapal agus íontach rud godánig seisteach.
Go ddíireach, agus snevíú á go ddíireach a gimric fastar maidin cecha agus an a chan sa capal agus dúirtú méidsin gon dáta be ach cheapain a dí réig Jack Kennedy an tríú capal tresnan sin bhain taobh mó gur híte gur rás a grúte gan ar bhfuil Salvador Ziggy tús. Tá duchretí cecha agus a ró Chemical Energy héis gur thorsa sé gar go bhhaile mar ní rom capal seo tá cheap ó mí ebran seo caiite agus brening teag raideachí mat go háir léon rása seo go níim tíir san na leontaí gur fáile ein deacaid pumpar ó ruchtáil an capal sin Chemical Energy ach nuair chusecha débrach le chéile na dhé déidir leis go má Jackantas an sin nach a tíochttaí mó Desertmore House mar deirtú bhechan an íseal agus sáfísa dinta ag Ricky Doyle a ríide agus rása an taid seo a ghruachtáil ach mar a déir seán Iontoch go bheirt an Brazil agus bhfuil tréinalí níos fearr sa tír le rásaí an taiseach. Nig mu an hála Cheltenham be nach dúra sé sála capal óháin ach bhíon capal sin ná an grúchttar. Chunig mu ríiste nóra ní bolach chléig an éonhearas an dána í gom agus buí sin chéine mé einam a chapáil régan na bolú hála Cheltenham agus a deantaige inseoríiste Evelyn.
Agus níos tábhachtí fós be cholamhna go na daoine sin tréinálí agus mar cin. Be sé dansásta go bheirt an Brazil.
Cínta agus ar nó go leor chuánásta go Ricky Doyle chumá sáhhacacha seo agus mar bhí mar tá sé ansásta feigen tú a go head a lína agus feigen tú a chuí a bhíon na man go gáí sin agus a go head a lína célín se cholarad ó gus me cinnta go me se head a bheith sásta gur se náfanta a gapal ar nó mar tháinig seisteach mar reserve. Sé bhí ar a gapal thusa go bheith an ar nó brúise chumá agus dhéfann si bheit an bháil a chéile agus Mar bhí mu ará tána léint an le caithe agus ar nó seo capal tá nána de chaithe agus sás ar bhúirú an segus mai cheappa go chríocht an capal ag carta híine go na híana agus pobag an airige den gapa mar bhí se bháid níos múna sin nuair a tháinig go capal isteach go hefaú.
Ja, go réir capal stoi níhórne caloríist go dtíad na Hardlock Stories tá sam gur réir capal ná fagam agus a thorse go Handicap í síl den éis chuir me spéisián na go hímpel an sin mar bhí se an dára áte ón déire nar ceartó bheith pecasúas go háirí go chapal ó ró chumá blata na Gaeilge agus go dtíhann was an Midlands Grand National Revision. So brenin sin go dechar sin na nain na gapal sin ach brú sé se go roi féisiad a go lidró Grand National Hasanna.
Sinné, gus dar nói goúir daoine beidir a bhecha fearach go Jeffrey ar nimúnéart caiintead rih sin dar nói rinne se droch watún chuirtar bit a cheiricín na chuúcíín amach ón críoch agus chu se sin as an chapal náíide. Bhín tá ar Brian Hayes goranse sa díla den náíide agus a chuí a bhríon capalach. Chríoch na capal se an láidir agus feicimid me cínta ón críoch a ríist ach sárá rása bhí an chomá.
Agus éon tá a séim ó iad ír spáin an capaltáid a Brustein. Rúse álas asna in éon trís an ar National Motion Witcher an seachtúáid agus tríochan naí capal. Spáin sé sin gur bhéidir gur se gimach go más a máile ach níor an nóbúirteanta stoi ar a gústa ní go dé le fada. Anhhaile Salvador Ziggy agus na mechan go háirid le chemical energy na le fada chumá éoncheáile is Spáin sa rás a héin. Ní bhórne caloríis hí chancing puntehhanig steltí tam, Stumptown láúhéidir sin gar go bhile tas an go éime hain sa gapal sin Evelyn.
Ja, rinne coppla botún an áíre tíocht timppó agus tá cheappa go duine cí le dara.
Yeah, fear gár a mór ar aigen seo Ricky Doyle. Ricky, you've won big races, Irish Grand National, but you got some buzz off of that.
I did, yeah. As I said, after I won the Grand National, I grew up in Martin Brazil's house watching Grand Nationals and watching him train Grand National and that. So to win a national from was literally a dream come true.
And we'll talk about Martin in a minute, but Desertmore House gets in as a reserve, Ricky. When did you find out you were getting in?
To be fair to Gordon let us know good and early this morning, so we had a fair idea kind of around 8 o'clock that we were getting to travel down, so it was get out a couple of lots and get into the sauna there for a couple of while. He obviously had 10-6 and I've been near my bottom, but normally they're not worth doing it. Normally you do all the sweating and they end up tailed off, so it was great for once, it was worth it.
And did you feel then once you were getting in you had a chance, Ricky?
Yeah, we did. He was a horse that we kind of thought when he was running over hurdles that this is his career, and he proved that. He went out and he won his beginners and ran a lovely race in the Blazers and then backed it up then in Kilbeggan the last time. So I was gutted on Monday morning when the decks came out and I seen he was only second reserve, but thankfully it all worked out.
And in terms of the race itself, the plan, did that go as how did it ride and did the plan go as intended?
Yeah, he's a horse that these races suits him because he's very laid back. So plan A, jump out, get a posse, travel to as close to the pace as you possibly can. Just have him in his comfort zone. We didn't go quick, so I was up there in the van the whole way, which I was well aware of going out in the final circuit that we're going to be quickening and that's going to kind of catch him out. But luckily they quickened plenty far out. They kind of quickened from the back of the fourth last down to the third last, and it did catch him out. But once we straightened up, I was rallying again. Yeah,
and you'd 15-pound pull probably with Jack on Salvador Ziggy. Did you know you were going to reel him in coming to the last?
I was hoping for a good jump. Yeah, I did. As I said, I was rattling going down to the last. That's his key, is his jumping and the way he finishes out his races. You know, I say you couldn't go far enough with him.
And Martin Brazil, he just keeps doing it. He doesn't train loads of horses, but he trains loads of big winners.
I'd love for anybody to go and actually have a look at his CV. For a man that never trains more than kind of 13 or 14 winners a year, go have a look at the CV. You know, Irish nationals, internationals, nicknames. He has a very good CV and a small number of horses, all he has always. But his attention to detail is second to none. He's in the yard every morning at 6 o'clock and he's the last to leave at 6 o'clock in the evening. But a small team of horses, but a small team of staff, and they all do a great job. we Paul there that's there 19 years, you know, to get someone there working in racing 19 years in the 1 yard is a credit. And then you've Trays, you've Audrey, David, like you've girls to come in a couple of days a week to try it out, Danielle and Viv, and the list is not endless. You know, as I said, it's only is a small number from Colm Gainey, who he was Martin's first farrier, and he's still with him today. He's 70 odd years of age, and no one else puts shoes on the horses. And you know, you've JJ then and Connor and myself. We only come in a couple of mornings a week to school them. We're a very small part of the team, but it's great to be on with it.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and your CV is pretty good now. Well done, Ricky. I know Megan is talking to Martin Brazel now.
Well, Tommy and Sean, Martin Brazel, and Ricky was just saying there about your glistening CV, and now you have another national to add it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sure, look, it's great. Maybe it's the method I have of training horses, but I've been lucky to get some really good staying type of horses through the years, and eventually, you know, when they worked their way up the handicap ratings, that they were able to qualify to take part in some of those races, so it was great.
So is your method quality over quantity?
At the moment, you'd always try and be getting quality over quantity, but sure, you have to work with whatever you have and do the best you can with them, try and get the best out of them.
What did you make now watching that race?
I watched it there in Mayo, and I couldn't get up into the owners and trainers because it was packed, so I just watched in front there with all the locals. There wasn't too many shouting around me now, so there wasn't too many on him anyway. But I didn't do any shouting, I just watched it kind of like I usually do. I don't say a whole lot. But no, it was great. Ricky gave him a fantastic ride. He was always in a good position, knowing that he wouldn't quicken for you in a hurry, but he stays very well, and his jumping is so sound for a novice. It was really good. It couldn't have gone any better.
Ricky also mentioned that you only got told, 8 o'clock this morning that he got in?
Yeah, it was even after it. I say Gordon Elliott rang me and said he had won out, and I should put the horse in the box and declare him, because he had another horse that they were going to check the ground, and if they weren't happy they would take him out. So sporting gesture by him.
I watched him going around the parade ring there afterwards, after his win. He's so cool as a breeze. He was just trotting up there and walking around with his lovely new rug on him.
He's a lovely horse. He was bought originally for John Reddington to ride in bumpers. He bought it at an online sale, and John had some great spins on him. He was placed a few times, but I always felt, you know, he'd be at his best when he went further than bumper distance. So once we stepped him up to stay in distances, we were going to see the best of him, and jumping fences.
Finally, I have to ask you, how special is the Listowel Harvest Racing Festival? Obviously very special to you now.
Sure, look at it. It's a very special place for the country people, the hard-working people, that the farmers, the whole lot. So they get to spend a bit of quality time together and enjoy a bit of crack and a bit of race, and then a few drinks and chat. Get to meet each other like they do with the plough.
Absolutely. Well, Martin Brazel, Cochordagus, and I know there's a prize giving happening here, so you better go. Carmila Magat, Das Keinslet.
Very good.
Yeah, prize giving tá €50,000 gon vótar gon rás a sin, so tá prize all in your fad. Sinne aga Desertmore House, híne gan ai hín. Salvador Ziggy, chliachna sé sos fiedem mar favorite, híne gan ai do, agus couple of spidel, Mouse Maras, Shin, Foxy Jacks, ege caracha an ai a hín. So, Shanagi, Marshana Brenner Rossarish, Kavekamoid, Maratup man, near more on hard look stories on near a capulative Maha Molochik in Atata.
Yeah, Shanaki Vranisha, I get Foxy Jacks via the TV more, agus chemical energy, and the TV Brew, Foxy Jacks, Macham toss away, Tucson Rossa, agus Renisha, Ashtach, agus Kriachnos, the Trio, the Kerry, and I hear and Hodik with the couple show growth all the Midlands Grand National, Listushkas and Leon, agus Hilagor on board to the Torshu, I get Evelyn.
Yeah, agus Stephen Shin and Lame, Bugmar hits Brian hééis an couple a bhí mu a caiinte an seo. Ceap me héon Paul Town an bhí se ar Authorized Art tíocht a tíh mo fegin tú a chick pieces bán ar a gapel an sin ach fegin tú couple atá hééis rá a ruchant ag tarsú an seo Danny Mullins sa glas agus na réalta buítí hirgó dar nó bagnar hit mar go couple go má bhí an táid go ranse ar a gapel a ríist ach bre sin léimt an name of the game an couple se maride. A cholle léim a hógan se is in a léimt hí se fá tarseach ach nid a léimen se just gefan se momentum eisteachas agus ar nó Salvador Ziggy just a dar hat meach mór idir a péide in sin cé a dar lát.
Ja, agus se Foxy Jack marcach a chuirigh muid móir bhna bh chapúilinn seo fe jib. Hééis rá má ruocht agus an hite go chapel an sin agus bhí se an treisiú hééis gur an híaran cáilteige ag buinte sin agus críochnú an tríúáit agus Authorized Art a gearúáit rinse go magus na híaranneáil éis sin mar déidir Merton Brazil. Cuneón capirte go mochta an glós céanna. Agus na réidirús tú sin cheanú Evelyn Gomininic, dat tú caiintéad chapel roch Grand National níos fuidirna seo.